Why?
Kansas City wins this one. And I would say, at 38-24, Patrick Mahomes is definitely going to be out there on the field. I don't expect anything less. Hopefully he's out there and he's healthy. But for the Buffalo Bills and the way they came out last week against the Baltimore Ravens, it was very surprising to come out and throw the football almost 25 straight times, avoiding picks, interceptions, tip balls, 3-and-outs. You just can't do that against the Kansas City Chiefs. And, if they do that and they are able to sustain and be successful, that's the only chance that they have. And it's possible with Josh Allen. He's playing some of his best football. But if it don't go well, if they don't have a running game, the ability to sustain drives and keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline and kill some clock to some capacity, then Patrick Mahomes stays on the field with Andy Reid calling the plays at the helm still. And, I think it gets out of hand. So why they have to come with some type of ball control, sustainable offense to keep Patrick neutralized to some degree, because they're going to score points, is what the Buffalo Bills are going to have to do if they want to win this game. But ultimately, I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be too much on offense, and we know what Patrick Mahomes presents when he's out in the football field.
Well, that's what's so scary is that the Buffalo decided to go that route. And I think they went that route last week, Mike, because they didn't fear the Ravens could score 30 points like this Chiefs team can. You cannot ill afford to go 3-and-out, because they went some 3-and-outs, and what did Baltimore do? Come right behind them. The likelihood of you going 3-and-out and then Kansas City coming on the field and going 3-and-out right behind you is not very good. Patrick Mahomes has scored at least 31 points in every game, playoff game that he started and finished. He seemed to be well on his way last week, Mike, until he got knocked out, I think, the second or third play of the game in the third quarter. And so when you look at it, he's won 24 of his last 25 ball games. And I know everybody's talking about where they're winning them close. But a lot of those games, they've had to win close because Patrick Mahomes has had to come from behind and lead them to victory. And a lot of these games that they won close, the team never had the ball in position to beat them. Tampa, it was a close game, but Tom Brady never had the ball in his hand with a chance to beat him. Neither did Drew Brees, neither did Tua, neither did Josh Allen the first time around. But I believe the first time around, Kansas City ran the ball for 245. They played a lot of shell coverage. They didn't want to give him anything deep. I don't know. Are they going to be willing to play that style again? Say, look, we'll let you run it. We're just not giving you deep shots to Tyreek, to Mecole Hardman, Robinson getting down the field. Will Sammy Watkins be back? It's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to play this Kansas City's offense. But Buffalo is outstanding offensively. And if you can't run the football, I don't know if you can beat Kansas City, Skip, just being one-dimensional. Mike, I don't know if you can beat them by just throwing the football, asking Josh Allen to throw the football 45 to 50 times and beat this team. Now, if you get 2 or 3 turnovers, a couple of fumbles, you drop a punt, something like that, all bets are off. But just straight up, I'm taking Kansas City also.
I'm not sure people have been talking about the Chiefs as much as I have been talking about the Chiefs hanging on for dear life on borrowed time for 9 straight games.
Why this borrowed time?
My experience covering your guys' game is that teams that teeter through the second half of a season most often fall in a big playoff game. It feels like the Chiefs have used up all 9 of their lives, and that's over the last 9 weeks. They just kept barely winning. Now, I'm including the one game where the starters didn't play and they actually lost to the Chargers at home by 17.
So that would be the game. So that would be the only game they lost, huh?
That's the only game they lost.
That's the only game?
And they kept winning by 2, 4, 3, 6, 6, 3, 3, and 5. Barely. And it feels like that the borrowed time is about to run out. And I'm going to remind both of you, last year it almost ran out a couple of times in their first 2 playoff games. They fell hopelessly behind to the Texans and hopelessly behind, it seemed, to Derrick Henry's Titans.
And went and got them.
At home.
And went and
got both of them. And then they fell hopelessly behind the 49ers in the Super Bowl. They're down 20-10 late third. Mahomes throws a terrible interception. Down 20-10 early fourth. Mahomes throws an even worse interception. And they still came back and got them.
Wanted to keep you interested. Because he knows if you don't throw those interceptions, the game about to get out of hand and you're going to go click, start watching something else. So he kept you interested.
This game is too hard to win in the first place, to keep doing it the way they do it by barely clinging, holding on for dear life. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills, the team I said before the year was my dark horse to win the AFC, should have won 12 straight games. 12 straight games, very quietly, almost doing it in those shadows up there in winter time in Buffalo. And they should have won the game at Arizona because Josh Allen hit Stephon Diggs with the game-winning score with 34 seconds left to put them up 30-26. And then, boom, the Hail Murray happened at the buzzer to beat them with a 43-yard pass to DeAndre. Okay, it took that to keep them from going 12 for their last 12. Their point differential in winning those games is 155 plus point. They're plus 155. Kansas City over its last 9 is plus 15.
But Skip, look who Kansas City's beating. They're beating Tampa in the playoff. They beat the Saints in the playoff. Miami went 10-6. They're not beating slouches. You make it seem like they're beating slouches.
Okay, but I'm just showing you one team is going straight north and the other one's just going east. It's just sort of teetering along east.
Yeah, we got a nice car. We got a nice car. We ain't revving the engine because we don't need to do that. We're conserving gas mileage. We just go right along.
Yeah.
We're in the HOV lane cruising.
Yeah. One of these days, one of these nights, Sunday night, in the rain, it looks like it's going to rain and be windy, cold. One mistake, one turnover is going to get you beaten by a team that was second in this league in points scored. They can, as you say, they can flat out score the football. Okay. And defensively, both of them are challenged, but Pro Football Focus ranks Buffalo's defense slightly better at 17 than Kansas City's at 20. So to your point, will points be scored? Turnovers might be had also. Right?
But both of these guys, Mike, I don't know how you feel, but I look at both of these guys. They have the type of arm talent to neutralize the weather. Both guys can throw the ball 60 yards. Both of the guys can throw with accuracy. Both of the guys. This is why you go get a Josh Allen, Skip, because you know what the weather's going to be like in Buffalo. This is why you go get a guy like Patrick Mahomes, because you know the weather's going to be like in Kansas City and in Denver, places that you're going to have to win.
I got it. So, Michael, back to you for one last question. We obviously know Patrick Mahomes seems to be passing all the protocols, so nobody's really concerned about his head as much as they should be concerned about his turf toe. He was limping noticeably through the game before he had the head injury. What do you have any experience with a turf toe, or how do you think that will impact his ability to play quarterback?
Yeah, the turf toe injury is just nerve-wracking. It's not a finger, it's not a knee. You know, it's one of the most important parts of your body when it comes to dropping back, pushing in the pocket, you know, getting outside of the pocket. Those maneuvers, you know, you need that strength, you know, in your toe. And I've been through that before, and I was a running quarterback, and it was just nerve-wracking throughout the entire course of the game. You know, one thing for Patrick, he's going to have to get a lot of treatment leading up to that. And like I say, health is going to be an issue for Patrick in this game. You know, got to keep him upright, got to keep him protected. And most importantly, he got to be smart about his play. If he can go, he can go. If not, then he got to let Henny get out there and see what he can do.
Henny saw his last play. You know, I hurt his foot. Put it in Cleveland. He hurt his foot. Put it in Baker.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, Chubb, come here. That's how he hurt his toe. Yeah, he was perfectly fine coming into the game.
Yeah.
And then he started putting foots in him and hurt him
so hard. He got woozy, right?
But guess what? He gonna put that foot in somebody else too.
Is he?
Yeah. All I know is that Fox Bet and all the gambling sites say the Super Bowl MVP favorite is who, Skip?
Well, that's duh.
I give you one guess.
Yeah. It should be Thomas Edwards.
It ain't him. It ain't him. Yeah. He in the third slot.
Okay.
It's gonna be an exciting weekend, I tell you that.
Yes, it will.
It's a shame that these quarterbacks, somebody got to lose, man. But look, it is what it is.
No, it ain't. It is great somebody got to lose. And I make sure I'm coming in here with my new outfit on Monday.
You know where I'm coming from with that.
Okay, we'll wait and see how these games end up, Shannon, before you plan your outfits. Mike, we appreciate your time.